Generation X, born post-World War II and before the 80s. Her son Andrea is Gen Y, the digital natives.
I have so many books I need to read, like I don't have time to get through them. Like I always end up going 3/4 into every book and then going on to my next, so I never catch the end.
Exactly what Graham says, the new generation. We want to read things quick, little snippets of information. What happens is that society changes and needs changes. So our parents and our parents' parents, from the baby boomers, you have individuals who really are about to take every single opportunity you get and take the hand you dealt and maximize it. And then you have the X generation who are really like, okay, let's look at this hand. Let's question this hand. Let's turn it around and mold it a bit. And then you have the Y generations. They're not interested in the hand. They're creating their own hand. They're creating their own future. I want to create my own path. They're not interested to have things. They're interested to access things. Change happens as a consequence of needs changing. It's a very difficult kind of stage to be in when your children get to beyond when they start becoming teenagers and they start questioning. So they look at you and, oh no, you're not as smart as Google. I know better than you. And as a parent, you want them to bump their heads. You want them to actually learn the hard way. We're in the modern age. One day, you're going to lose all that and you're going to be in tears.
In terms of workforce, we're talking Generation Y, your millennials, who are your 18 to 34 about. So they've already entered the workforce. Their kind of weapon was self-esteem. So their parents said, you can do anything, you can accomplish everything, as long as you just follow your passions. So these are the original slashies. Ask any millennial what you do, and I'm a graphic designer / author / yoga instructor / DJ. So they want to do multiple things.
A recent study found that the biggest fear of 21st century teenagers is not finding a job.
You have to go study and you've got to be able to learn and apply what you learn. I've got to ask these tough questions.
Stop panicking so much about the matric certificate.
Your baby boom parents were also touched about a very, very linear way of doing a career. So you went to school, you went to varsity, you got a good job, and if you secured a good job, you stayed in that job, and then you retired.
If the career that your child wants to go into doesn't require a university degree, why are you sending them to university?
In the future, we need to actually focus less on degrees and more on practical things. It's one thing to have a theory, it's another if you can actually make the things happen. And that's the world that we're looking for, solution-oriented entrepreneurs.
Help your children to work out how to make a career of the thing they love.
Creating your employment of the future or hustling for your next job won't just depend on your skills and knowledge. Employers will be looking for something else. That's something that makes you stand out. Creativity, personality, passion.
So you have to be flexible, you have to be amenable, you have to be able to mold yourself in situations that are uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to be open, you have to kill the walls, you have grit, stay in there, be resilient.
Would you do this job for free? If the answer is yes, now know where your passion lies.
Your name and occupation?
Busisiwe, Madikizela. I'm a social worker working in schools around Stockholm and Pittsburgh. I'm working in a community, that's what I do. When I leave communities such as these, I want to be able to have left a legacy that says people are able to think because I was able to listen to them.
Sex is not good for young people.
I was in my early 20s when I realized that I needed to change the person that I was, to be constant. So I needed to choose a set of values and principles that I live by and be constant and true to those. That way, I'll be strong enough to be able to effect change in my environment for the better.
The future looks bright for women. According to research, women now make up the majority of global graduates. And with employers placing greater emphasis on soft skills and building relationships, it's seen as a natural fit for women.
We're going to be doing a home visit with, a follow-up home visit in fact, with one of the members of our community who was in one of our intervention camps. We're going to be finding out how she's coping at home and how the family is coping.
Machines and robots are very useful. They can take away the things that we don't want to do. But they can't take away the art of creativity. You see, they can't connect the dots. Experience is about emotion. A robot cannot reinvent emotion or create emotion.
It's good to see you again. Thank you. I think gardening is a very creative solution to a lot of things. But I also believe that it's therapeutic. And it supplements the income of a family.
So individuals who are engaged and who love what they do are able to translate to quicker results and more effective results.
It's not artwork, it's about looking for solutions on the move. It's about being able to say, okay, I'm at a school and I don't have an office. There's the shade, let me sit down and do my work and produce results. That's what, because you're in a rural space and you don't want to be imposing yourself. You want to be the solution, not the problem. So that's what creativity is in my work.
I think innovation and creativity is going to be at the epicenter on the African continent. What we're already seeing the seeds of is that in Africa, we don't have the same resources or infrastructure as we do in developed world countries. So our innovation is solution-based innovation, and I think that is really going to be the future.
What drives me to succeed and keeps me hungry is seeing that there's progress in other people's lives. I love my job. I quit work and went back to university to study for this job.
Job hopping is definitely a world phenomenon. And it's not because people are not happy with their salaries, it's because people are not happy with what they're doing. People are not searching for the next zero on their bank balance, they're searching for the next meaning.
I want to get to the point where every single family in Tlokolan can have a garden, can have a budget that is functional for each family, and can have a lawn and a tree.
That's it. I'm not looking for much.
Innovation, driven by the need to improve the lives of others, is a quintessentially human trait that is timeless. It's shaped our past, and with great momentum, it's impacting on the well-being of generations to come.